We are live, but yes, I am the culprit. It happened.
So wait, what's your temperature right now? Are you cold or hot?
What I did is I just I moved the fan to go like a little up in an incline, so it's going right over my head. Can you guys still hear it?
No, you're good. No wind noise now.
So in a little bit, especially if I'm on the spot, I'll get a little sweaty, but hopefully not. So if you're watching this, let's hope that doesn't happen. Thanks for being here. Let me pull up a few things and we'll go ahead and get started. Please add everybody.
I did. David, did you finish your CE?
Yeah, I did mine like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
But but the open enrollment just started, and I was going to do that immediately on Wednesday, and then didn't do it, and then yesterday I didn't do it. So hopefully today I'll get to it.
Oh yeah, is that the thing you have to roll in NMLS and just
so,
go?
Yeah, November 1st. That's when NMLS lets you go in and actually do the licensing. And there's some states in particular that if you don't have it done by like December 1st, there's a good chance you will not get it renewed. So you really want to get your license. Anyone watching this, you want to get your license renewed right away. No sense in waiting. You know you got to do it anyway. And then our company has all the HR open enrollment benefits as well that start on November 1st. So now I got to go in and like review every single thing of like, and they've made all these changes now. So I got to review each one and figure out which one I want to do. So.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, obviously we're talking about.
We're going to go ahead and just get started. I'm sure people who are watching this on YouTube and next week, they're going to say for the first minute, they weren't even talking about the topic. So let's just get to the topic. Guys, what is up? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Referral Partner Acquisition Group. If you're new to the show, my name is Will Anagnos. As always, I'm here with my co-host, Panos Benitez, and special guest / co-host, David Youngs. How you guys doing?
Good.
Very good.
Cool. No one's living the dream today. That's a relief. So if you're new to the show, every Friday at 12 noon Eastern, we talk about how to acquire referral partners, how to provide them value, and how to retain them long-term. The three things that help you grow a referral network, which help you make more money without spending a lot to make it. Long story short. And so today we're going to be talking about how to get started working with us, and then how to set up a proper campaign, and then how to take that campaign, use proper procedures into turning it into a referral network. So getting realtors or other professionals to make you their go-to. When someone needs a mortgage, they think of you and no one else. Obviously, this takes some time and a lot of setup, and that's why we've mapped it out for you. So if you guys can see my screen, I think I'm already sharing it. We'll go through it bit by bit. I hope you guys find value here. If you do, please slap that like button. If you love it, please slap the love button. We'd appreciate if you spread the love with us. And comment any questions you have below so that we can answer them towards the end or whenever we feel like it's appropriate. So my two co-hosts, do you guys have anything you want to bring up before we get started? Up in front of us, we have the onboarding roadmap, then we have the pre-appointment flow, and then we have the post-appointment flow.
The only thing I would like to mention is, well, everybody knows that you need to go after relationships and build referral partnerships. What we're going to be talking about today is how to set up everything properly so you only do it once and then you're off to the races. Because sometimes doing things without a specific process will not yield consistent results. So you want to make sure you have your setup with your systems, whatever systems you're using out there. Today, we're going to be talking about our things and our systems. But if you do the setup once correctly, then you can focus on actually getting those partnerships. So it's important to get that out of the way.
Yeah, guys, the reality is you need a strategy, like Panos said. If you don't have a strategy, you're cutting corners. And if you're cutting corners, it means you're wasting time, which means you're wasting money. And it also could mean you're actually wasting money. I know money is time, but if you're cutting corners, like if you're doing a half-assed job, then you're going to get a half-assed result. So it's really important that you follow a strategy. And so that brings me to the onboarding roadmap. What does it look like getting started with WM Marketing Solutions? And if you guys are new here, we help mortgage lenders get in front of realtors and then help them establish those realtors into referring relationships, referral partnerships. So to get that started, it all begins with an agreement to work with us. And so if I have to zoom in, let me know if you guys can. You guys see this? I mean, it may be a little blurry, my apologies, but the point is you guys follow along. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So first things first, you connect with me on LinkedIn. You download the WhatsApp on your phone, which is a phone application like Viber or Signal. And that's how we're going to be in communication, because you're going to be introduced to our team where we can all have just an easy way to communicate. Super simple first step, right? And the second step, we're going to give you some questionnaires to fill out so that we know exactly what you want to accomplish and how you want that accomplished. So what is your USP, your unique selling proposition, or UVP, we like to say, unique value proposition, depends on who you are, as well as who do you want to get in front of, where do you want the audience to be located? So David's in Minnesota. David wants to target realtors in Minnesota. Panos is in Los Angeles, California. He wants to target in Los Angeles, if not the state of California. Things like this. So all of our loan officers, they give us the information they need so that we can run a proper campaign that meets their preferences. And so once that's happened, optimizing your LinkedIn is the first thing that has to happen. Now, you can go to LinkedIn and pay $1,000 and they'll optimize your profile. But the problem with that is they do not specialize in marketing for mortgage professionals. We do, our competition does, someone across the ocean who I don't know, who just started yesterday, they're probably going to try to do the same thing. The point is you need to have an optimized profile that's plug and play. So we're going to give you something that LinkedIn can't give you, that no one else can give you but us. And it's a simple way to make sure that you are walking into each meeting as if you're wearing a tuxedo, except it's online. We get to dress up your profile. We're going to do it. You're going to do it. We're going to follow a proven template. Now, this is a proven process to an entire A to Z new connection to a referral partner. And along the way, there's proven processes or sub-proven processes, such as optimizing your profile on LinkedIn. So making sure that you stick out, that someone connects with you and says, wow, this person is different. Wow, I've never seen this before. Oh, I resonate with that. I see a ton of Facebook profiles, I see actually Instagram profiles seem to be dressed up pretty well. But the problem with that is you can't target on the platform unless you're running ads, and the reply rate is much low compared to LinkedIn. So we'll give you what you need to make sure that you are optimized on the LinkedIn platform, and you can use the same template on your Facebook, on your Instagram, TikTok, wherever you have a profile or a bio section. So that's the first 3 steps if you're onboarding with us. Guys, did I miss anything?
I think that's pretty much it. Like you said,
This is pretty boring. I'll be honest, guys. Sorry to cut you off, man. This is pretty boring. Like, you probably don't want to spend the next hour fixing up your profile, and then the next day you're going to say, I don't like that. I'm going to change that. And you keep making changes, and the days, months, years go by, and you don't know if your profile is converting well. You don't know if your changes are doing a better job, if they're doing a worse job. You're cutting corners by not being sure, which is going to get you not a good as result as you could, which is really, long story short, wasting time and wasting money. So you don't want to do that. So moving forward onto step 4, we'll give you access after setting up your Omega account. Now, if you are in this group a while, you know Omega is a marketing platform and CRM, not one or the other, it's both. And we're going to set up everything for you so that all of your future leads, future contacts flow into a database, get touched on, followed up on, nurtured on, without you having to do much work. So we're going to set that up for you. And that's another thing that most people cut corners with. They either cut corners on their follow-up, they cut corners on their nurture, they lack updating their information when it comes to loan programs. These are all things that are pre-set up and are going to streamline the process to, I only have to worry about talking to realtors and following up with my realtors and working with my clients, which is, what you wanted to do when you started this gig in the first place. You didn't want to do all this marketing stuff. You didn't know about it. That's okay. So next thing we want to do is approve messages for approval is what we call it, messages for approval. So using the questionnaires that you guys filled out upon signing up, we take what you give us and we craft customized and personalized outreach messages that are going to be seen by only warm connections that open the door basically on LinkedIn and say, hey, I want to connect with you. Only those people will receive message scripts, and it's all going to be warm. And overall, I'm not going to just overall is the most warm, I guess, warm possible way to reach someone on a business platform, serious fashion, especially if your messages resonate with the target audience and your profile backs it up. So it all comes down to this formula of it's the right message to the right person or persons with a resident profile that backs you up. So it's just like saying, it's like being on a date and you're saying the right things to the right girl or guy, and you're dressed really nice and it's your appearance. Everything is working. That's the formula of online networking, except you're not talking to one date. You'd be speaking with hundreds of dates, but they don't know it and you're doing it on autopilot. So you can be in 100 places at once, which is what a scalable model, guys. So once we approve your messages, or once you approve our messages that we craft for you, again, these are things that we do for you, so you don't have to figure it out. You book your launch call, we get started, we go live. So you guys from experience, what are your
How
thoughts?
long does this usually take, Will?
I missed
How long does it usually take, the onboarding?
So if you had started with us post August of this year, you would have a 1 to 2 week wait period. Now the wait period is 4 weeks. It can be longer if you drag your feet, and you shouldn't drag your feet because we're doing most of this for you. But it happens. People sign up and then they get sick, whatever. But it takes around 4 weeks, and it's really because we're trying to verify your accounts with LinkedIn, with your marketing outreach phone number that we'll be using. That's attached to Omega. I don't want to get into more detail than that because it's just in the weeds, but it takes about 4 weeks now. And so if you want to get in front of realtors before the holidays and you sign up, let's say Christmas, you're not going to get in front of realtors for another 4 to 6 weeks, guys. And on top of that, because we're grateful to do what we do, we're onboarding lots of people every week, and we just don't have the bandwidth to onboard everybody and get them in a campaign within the 2 week platform. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work.
Plus, I will say too, Will, with the holiday period coming up, we all know that every realtor is going to say, call me after the first of the year. Mm-hmm. So basically, like, if you don't start right now, you're not going to get appointments really until sometime after the first of the year. So the sooner you do it, the better. I wanted to also comment on two things, or maybe one thing. How important this is to really set properly, because there's templates that we have for all of this. Like, it's already built out. Like, it's not like you have to reinvent the wheel and come up with all of this. The team gives you everything that you need, but you do want to look at every single message to make sure you know what's going out for content, because it looks like we're sending it as you, so it's a reflection on your image. So if you don't even maybe do a specific type of a loan, or you don't want to work with this kind of clientele or this type of agent that's focused on, renovation loans or whatever it might be, you want to make sure that's edited. So take the time up front to really do that, because once it's done, it's literally plug and play. And I wanted to share just a quick success story. So literally, while we're on this call right now, last week I had a realtor through LinkedIn that I connected with on Friday. We had coffee on Tuesday. He's already called me twice and asked me questions about different things. And then he asked, the second one was, he said, I got an open house this weekend. Do you have marketing content that you could co-brand with me, that you could send me over? And I'm like, even better. Not only can I send you that, I can build you a website for it. Like, I've got all these other things that I can do. So he just messaged me or emailed me back a few minutes ago saying, thanks so much for this. And then the outreach went out saying, by the way, don't forget, if you need a pre-approval, this is from Omega, this piece. If you need a pre-approval, let me know. I'm available if you need something before the weekend. And he just said, thanks so much. I will let you know. I'll keep you in mind, or I'll be sure to reach out to you if I need something. So like I've already locked this guy in almost, it seems like, in a few days as his main person to work with. So yeah, I mean, like that's how cool the messaging is if you have it on automation.
That's awesome. Congrats on the win, man. That's a nice small win. I'm sure it's going to explode into something else. And you make a really good point about the 4 to 6 weeks it takes to set up. Those 4 to 6 weeks give you time to read through all the material that we've given you, everything that's proven. Like David said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's done. You just need to read it. Make sure that you like, one word. If you don't like one word, you take it out. And then we get started, and you're good. Like David said, basically, for the next 6 to 12 months until you want to swap out information, or if mortgages, if something about mortgages changes one of the programs. And so you're good. And those 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to want to take the time just to read through them. And then afterwards, it's smooth sailing. So
one last thing to mention that I just learned recently through you, Will. There's a small there's not all of it, but some of the pieces, the components of the automated messaging cannot be changed once you've launched it without stopping the whole thing and restarting it again, right?
On not in Omega, but on LinkedIn, yes.
On LinkedIn, yeah. So anything you're sending out on LinkedIn, once you've approved those messages, we turn it on. That's it. So that's why it's so important to get this really honed in, figured out ahead of time.
Yeah, so if you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, it takes that long, it's not even worth it. Well, good things take time, first of all. We want to do this right. We're setting you up for the next 6 to 12 months properly. So we're going to make sure that this is properly set up before anything launches. And then once things do get launched, yeah, a month is great. But a year from now, if you're in the same place you were in last year, then what is a month really of preparing to take a trip on a roadmap, which we're showing you, to a larger referral network, to a network where you just need to, instead of having a pool of 5 people you can get business from, what if you had a pool of 10 or 15? Wouldn't your numbers double or triple? So that's what you're doing. That's what you're investing your time with. Long story short, it's kind of worth it. So David, absolutely good point. Any other points, guys?
Move on to the appointment.
Yeah, guys. So once we're all set up and a campaign is live, this is how the pre-appointment flow works. First, you connect on LinkedIn. By the way, you're not doing anything as a loan officer. Us or the system is doing it all for you, which means you can work on your files, sleep the extra hour, be with your kids the extra hour, whatever it may be. You don't have to there's always fires happening. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, I'm behind on my outreach. No, outreach does it for you. It's smart outreach. So, I mean, if I just use the word AI, everyone's going to be like, oh my God, AI. This is AI before even people use the word AI. This is way before that. And obviously things have just gotten better. So first you connect on LinkedIn, then auto communications start while you're sleeping. Us or you manage replies and convert into appointments. You attend the warm appointment. Why is it warm? It's not cold, guys. This is the most warm, professional approach there is on the entire planet. I cannot think of another one. Even meeting someone face to face, that is cold. And you have to make sure that you're shaking their hand right. You're saying the right things. You're not stuttering like I do. I stutter if you guys haven't noticed. You're dressed right. You're saying the right things. You're talking to the right person. That's all being automated because you're targeting people. You're not wasting your time speaking with the wrong individual. And it's saying what is proven to provoke a positive response. So once you get those people wanting to attend appointments with you, they know your face, the name, your business, the reason why you reached out in the first place. They accepted you, so it's warm and not cold. Once you attend that appointment, have the appointment, of course. And that could be like David had I think David, you had your phone call and then you had a coffee after that, or you can have it however you want, but
yeah, that's exactly what it was. I always have a phone call first, just to quick qualify, because not only are they looking into me and it's a sales pitch on me, but I want to look at them and talk with them. I mean, if I can tell this person's just a complete jerk, or they literally have no plan for staying in the business, or maybe they dabble in real estate on the side and this isn't even what they do. There's no point really in investing time and energy into somebody like that. So put them on the drip campaign, add them to your like C-list agents, and let the automation do its thing, but don't bother. But if it's somebody that is closing even a few deals, and now I want, maybe I'll just say this too. In the industry, there's other groups that say you should only go after realtors that are closing at least somewhere between 6 and 8 buy sides per year. That was true, I think, a year or two ago. Now, some of the top agents, like the top agent that I work with here in the Twin Cities, still number like 10 or 11 in the state, or in the county, I should say, is down 60-70% from where she was last year. So keep that in mind when you're going after these people. Don't just look at the numbers. Like if you're using MMI or something like that to look up numbers.
Yeah. Don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to invest in the right people that you align with values, goals, strategies. Just you know how that works. You talk to somebody and right away you have a connection. You're like, I like this guy or I like this gal.
Yeah.
So make sure you're not disqualifying people before you talk with them. I would say is just one key point, but don't also invest too much time in those that don't qualify. There's a balance there to try to find, and for some, it might take a bit to find it.
Absolutely. I was saying this to another client in California yesterday. Doug, if you're watching this, shout out to Doug. I was telling him MMI is great, but you do, as a human, judge a book by its cover, and that person you may not have the conversation you would have had because you knew beforehand that they're producing low numbers, but maybe it's because everyone's producing low numbers. Like, so don't judge a book by its cover. You may vibe with the person and they may refer you their mom and dad and sister and brother. So,
yeah. And also, I mean, in MMI and all those applications, the data are not always correct.
It's true.
So be careful with that. Don't judge the book by its cover just because of
have your appointments, like look them up and
have your script, like David. Have your first phone call where you qualify them. Forget MMI. You don't need MMI to tell you if they're good or not. You should be able to judge that based on your questions and the responses you get. If you cannot judge that, then MMI won't help you. So.
Yep. So thank you for bringing that up. Attend one appointment. Anyone can do this. But if you are on our roadmap that is proven to give you the destination, which is more referral partners, we're going to help you get there by giving you pre-appointment scripts, during appointment scripts, and even post-appointment scripts, as well as tools to aid all of your partners and help them generate business themselves. And so all of a sudden, you are incredibly valuable. You are showing your value in your appointments. Then, as anyone should, stay top of mind. This can be automated, which it should be. And obviously, whenever you feel like it's time, pick up the phone, give them a call. So stay top of mind after your appointment. Aid agents with tools to close more business, I just mentioned. And agents will eventually come to you with questions and eventually their referrals. Happens every day. I get a text every single week from our loan officer saying, hey, I got a referral, or hey, this person asked me a question about this. And then all of a sudden later, hey, I got a referral. I see it every day. So as long as you have your appointments, stay in front of them and aid them with tools, they will send you referrals. And if you're on this roadmap, it is inevitable because you're doing it the way that is proven to work. And we're actually 3 minutes away from the end of today's episode. I have a call with Dennis. Dennis, if you're watching this, shout out Dennis. If you want to get this entire flow chart, you can comment you can comment roadmap down below. This will be in the Facebook group. Comment roadmap down below. I'll send you this PDF so you have an exact roadmap of how it works when it comes to paying an invoice and what happens after that, then getting in front of realtors and getting referrals, which then cover the invoice plus a lot more. And more importantly, your post-appointment flow. So making sure that you're not having appointments and then they're just turning into nothing. Making sure you're sharing your digital business card. You're teaching them how to spread their business card into other people's phones. You're teaching them how to get leads on Google, how to advertise their listings. If you don't know how to do these things are things you're going to learn from us, and you're going to then take that skill and hand it off to the realtor, and they're going to love you for it. And on that, I close the screen sharing.
And let me finish with this, and then we all have to go. Is I challenge everyone this weekend to think of their plan for 2024. What are you going to do differently to gain more referral partners, to provide more value to your existing referral partners, and to eventually close more business? What are you going to do? You need to know that in a piece of paper or in an Excel sheet or in a Google Doc. Sit down during the weekend and write your plan. If you don't have a plan with specific steps, with specific processes, then you have to look no further. We have this down. We've all been using it, myself, David, and so many other people at WA. You already heard the story about David this week alone. Next week, I'm sure he's going to have a new story. So why not do that for yourself? So
I just had another realtor message me now again too from the LinkedIn outreach. So I'm just messaging.
All right. Nice. Yeah, guys. So if you're interested in working with WA Marketing Solutions, this is a really rare moment every year, this October, November time, because the holidays are coming up. If you're considering about joining us, book a call. Let's see if we can help you. And if you're a fit, it's really important that this is, because I can't say this in July. I can't say this in February. I can say this now though. If you don't sign up, let's say within the next 7 days, that means that you're going to do it afterwards. And then that means that we're not going to be able to actually set up until after the holidays, after realtors are back in, back from their vacation, back out and about. And don't forget about warm-up mode. Your campaigns have to warm up before you actually start to see the compounding effect of follow-up and outreach. Just like with investing, the compound effect, snowball effect. So if you're considering this and you're like, okay, great, thanks for the information, I'll start first of the year. You start first of the year, you're not going to really have any new referral partners until summer. So now is a really rare time because of the holidays coming up. During the holiday season, there's a giant delay. So that's all I'll leave with. Guys, thanks for watching. We're here next week at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you want the PDF, comment below roadmap. If you want to work with us, send me a direct message, or Panos or David, or you can go to our website at wmarketingsolutions.com and book a call directly in the contact tab. Thanks, guys, for sticking around with me. You guys are awesome. Roadmap, love it. We'll shoot it over to you ASAP. See you guys.